Finally, I offer two merging risks, which net is cast over virtually everyone, including young women and millennial mothers and wives. I label these two risks as idealized reality and debilitating comparisons. I think the best way to describe these two risks is to offer some examples. Now, generally speaking, pictures that get posted on social media tend to portray life in the very best, often even in unrealistic ways. It's often filled with beautiful images of home decor, wonderful vacation spots, and elaborate food preparation. Well, with all of those virtues, the danger, of course, is that many become discouraged, that they seemingly don't measure up to this idealized virtual reality. Here's an Instagram post by a mom who just pulled hot homemade blueberry muffins fresh out of the oven. Now, here is the unseen reality. Which more often may be the more accurate picture of real life. Inspired by this pin of a pancake birthday cake, my niece recently posted her attempt at the same. How about that? Shall we let her know we think that she nailed it? So rather than allowing this to create undue pressure, Jennifer decided to inspire others by posting her Pinterest fail. And there it is. Hopefully we can learn to find more humor and less discouragement when confronted with images which may portray idealized reality and which too often could lead to debilitating comparisons. Now, this apparently is not just a sign of our times, but measuring these words from Paul was something in times past as well. But they measuring themselves and comparing themselves among themselves are not wise. Elder J. Devin Cornish recently provided timely counsel as well. Quote, "We torture ourselves needlessly by competing and comparing. We falsely judge our self-worth by the things we do or don't have, and by the opinions of others. If we must compare, let us compare how we were in the past to how we are today, and even to how we want to be in the future." Well, let me now share one of our family secrets found in this family photo taken some years ago, before the advent of social media. Were this picture taken today, it likely would be posted presenting our family of 4 lovely, well-behaved boys, color-coordinated, enjoying a harmonious family photo opportunity together. Would you like the real story? Now, the timing for this is going to be very important for me, and I'm going to try to do this. I still remember the phone call from Lisa. "Gary, where are you? We're here at the photographer's outdoor studio. We're all ready to shoot. It hasn't been easy getting the boys all dressed, coordinated, and ready. Are you nearly here?" Well, I had forgotten and hadn't left the office yet. I was a half hour late, and things had not gone so well in my absence, bordering on chaos. What had happened? Well, my oldest son had been running through the yard and found an apple tree, picked some apples, and had begun throwing them at the other boys. He hit our third son in his back with an apple and made him fall down, so that son started to cry. Meanwhile, as this was happening, my second oldest son sat down and his pants went up a little bit, and the other kids saw his socks were white athletic socks, not the church socks that Lisa laid out for him to wear. She asked him, "Why didn't you wear your church socks?" He said, "Well, I don't like them, they're scratchy." And while she's talking to him, our 2-year-old son Kyle is running through the yard, trips on something, falls down, and bloodies his nose. Now there is blood dripping onto his white turtleneck shirt, and it's completely stained. This is when I showed up. The only way to salvage the picture was to reverse the turtleneck, put it on backwards, hiding the blood stains from the camera. As it turns out, while Craig was running around throwing apples, he fell down and got a huge grass stain on his knee. So in this picture, his arm is strategically placed, covering the grass stains. The third son, well, we waited for 20 minutes, so his eyes were no longer red from crying. And of course, Kyle's blood stains are now on the back of his shirt. Brian, well, he now has his hand strategically placed over the top of his white athletic socks so that everything matches. As for me, well, Gary is in the doghouse because it was my late arrival that was the trigger for all of this. So when you see this picture of our family anyway and lament, why can't I get things together and be a picture-perfect family like theirs? You all know better. Well, thank you. Keep that quiet. Well, as you can see, we do need to be mindful of the hazards and risks, including idealized reality and debilitating comparisons. The world usually is just not as bright as it appears on social media. Nevertheless, there is much good that has come and will come through these new communication platforms.